Hello, welcome everyone to Houston Wrestling Radio. This is Abel.
And this is Travis.
And thanks for joining us here today, guys. I see you were able to find our page. Hopefully that was through either Facebook or Twitter. If you haven't already, check out our Facebook account. Just do a little Facebook search for Houston Wrestling Radio. If you're one of the Twitter people, we're at H Wrestling Radio on there, so check us out there. But thanks for joining us, guys. We have a pretty awesome show for you here tonight. Again, we have another interview, and this time, it's very special for two reasons. One, they're actually here in studio.
Live in studio, folks.
Live in studio. And the other reason is that it's not one person.
It's not one people?
It's not one people. It's two people.
It's two people.
Two people. We have Tex Lonestar from DOOMSDAY Wrestling, but he also brought his co-host, his partner in crime.
And who's that?
Dirty Sanchez.
Ah, your uncle?
Yeah, he looks like my tío. He could be one of my tíos. So yeah, awesome show.
This should be an interesting interview.
Yes, very interesting, very entertaining, and I just can't wait to get to it. It seems like it's going to be freaking awesome.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Y'all got to stick around for this.
And on top of that, we had some pretty interesting things happen in the world of wrestling here. I mean, after all, we're on the road to WrestleMania. Things are really gearing up, and we just had a pay-per-view. We had the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. Overall, man, what do you think about the Elimination Chamber? Do you think it was good, bad, ugly?
I liked it. It was a good pay-per-view.
Okay.
And a lot of good action in there. Not a whole lot of, shenanigans or anything. This is a good pay-per-view. A lot of good action. And, yeah. That's it.
Okay. Now, I think that there was two matches that were in there that probably match of the week candidates, and they're pretty darn good matches. Let's talk about one of them. First off, let's just talk about the chamber match itself. I really liked it. I thought it was a really good chamber match, and honestly, I wasn't expecting to get a good chamber match out of this. I was kind of, I don't know, this might be good, this might not be so good.
Yeah, I actually got to, a few months ago, you had to eat some humble pie, and I hope you have leftovers, because I need a slice of that pie.
Okay.
Because you were right in your prediction.
Yeah.
You said Jack Swagger. I didn't want to admit that Swagger was actually going to go in the freaking world title match at WrestleMania. But I guess that's what we're getting. And
well, the reason why you didn't want to say it was because it was the unlikely thing for WWE to do. I think that this was supposed to be their big swerve.
You think so?
I mean, I predicted it, but I think I was like one out of every 50 people to predict that. I don't think everybody predicted that, just because it didn't seem like something WWE would normally do. Just take a chance to have a WrestleMania match with a guy who just returned, who, in Swagger, who's going through a major character change. Like, that doesn't seem something that's likely. And yeah, I picked it, but I mean, you go back and listen to last week's episode, I picked it reluctantly. I said it was my wild card of the night. Like, yeah. I didn't think it was actually going to happen. I halfway picked it just for the hell of it.
Yeah. And speaking of Swagger, what do you think of his little character change with, old Dutch Oven himself, Zeb Coulter? What do you think? What do you think is going on with this character now?
Well, if we're going to start talking about that, we're going to spill over a little bit into what happened with Raw.
Oh, that's fine. Him. I mean, just about his character.
Yeah. You know what? I'm kind of digging this whole, Fox News, Tea Party, super conservative, crazy guy. I'm kind of digging it. And I dig the fact that they gave Swagger a mouthpiece. And, because Swagger kind of needed one. I mean, when he came back 2 weeks ago, that was one of my main things that I said. I was like, oh, yeah, Swagger's back. But what did I say a couple weeks ago? I said, but I can't take him seriously when he opens his mouth.
Didn't I say that? I think I said that.
Did you say that?
Yeah.
I think maybe I agreed with it.
What?
Well,
that's what Swagger does, people.
Either way, that was like both of our opinions.
Yeah,
when
he can't take him seriously when he starts talking.
Yeah,
and
so the fact that he has a mouthpiece is a step in the right direction,
and it's a mouthpiece that's being controversial.
Oh yeah,
saying some things, but you know what? It's not. We were debating if this is racist or not. Yeah, it could be construed as racist, but I don't think it's really as
Well, I've seen this already on Twitter, especially last night when Raw was on, where people were saying, some people were just like out and out, oh man, this is a racist storyline, blah, 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 blah. But then there was the minority of people that were going, this isn't racist. He hasn't said anything actually racist. And I think here's why. Because it's a PG show and they can't blatantly have a racist person on their show. And because it'll piss off sponsors and all this and that. So they can't blatantly do it. But they're very, very subtly hinting at this is what's going on here. Because he keeps talking about the borders and things like that. And just earlier today, like it was reported on different news sites, and you could actually find it on Twitter that Lillian Garcia made a tweet saying, well, as a Latina, I disagree with the things
she was offended.
Yeah, that she was offended. I was like, well, okay, you're having the Latina say, as a Latina, I'm offended at this, and this is from internally in the WWE, so they're trying to make this. That's their goal. They're trying to make this a racist thing, but they're also trying to keep it as PG as they possibly can without pissing off sponsors and making it too controversial. So when people say it's not really racist because he didn't out and out say it's racist. No, he's doing everything but that. So yes, it is racist. That's the angle they're trying to go with.
This is, to me, this is feeling more like a reverse angle of something that WWE has done in the past.
Okay.
Where it's more or less been, it's the same idea, just it's been with, foreigners. You know, they'll come in and they'll be like anti-America or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's, WrestleMania 7, Sergeant Slaughter, when he switched sides in his turncoat, went to, helping out Saddam Hussein and all that. It's the opposite of that, Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And this is to get controversy, just trying to get characters over by using these ideas, and even to more recent angle, you could say Eddie and JBL.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is almost a rehash of that.
Almost.
Pretty much.
I think maybe they're also trying to get some, and this was also on the internet today, trying to emulate a little bit of what was going on in Lucha Libre USA with, what was that dude's name? The guy who basically had the same gimmick, who was, walking around asking people for their papers. Oh man, I wish I could remember that wrestler's name.
Oh, I know you're talking. Was it the guy that was on the Lucha USA show?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh god,
RJ Brewer.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah,
RJ Brewer. Like they're totally trying to get the same type of publicity that they got.
What you mean? WWE still ideas from something?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. At least it seems like it. I mean, hey, it was successful for them. Why not have it be successful for WWE, So,
yeah.
I just think that's what they're trying to do with it, so.
And they're banking on it, apparently, because he's going to have his title match.
Yeah, and one thing that I kind of like about it is the fact that he's supposed to be a heel, but there's people out there that actually agree with that side of, there's... I mean, I don't want to get too political here, but, there's people out there that would agree with the things that he's saying, politically. Like, there's some crazy right-wing Republicans out there that would agree with some of the stuff he's saying. So, it's funny that they're having him be a heel, even though, like, half of America would probably agree with some of the shit he's saying. Well, maybe not half, but, more of the extreme half.
Well, we were talking this last week about his character. Where are they going with his character? Remember, because we were talking about how... Yeah. Originally, we were thinking he was going to have a built-in feud with, Cesaro. That kind of switched over. Now it's obviously going to be Del Rio.
Yeah.
But, he's got the Patriot, the Patriot Act or Patriot Lock or whatever is finished.
Yeah, it's not the Patriot Act anymore.
Yeah.
I bet WWE got a letter, from the government, from Homeland Security or something, said, hey, don't call it the Patriot Act or something.
I doubt it.
That's what I think. I don't know.
You really... Okay. What do you think of the Swagger's music? Because I know you're a big fan of his old music.
I loved his old music. This music I really do not like, man.
Can they get more generic music?
Yeah, that's exactly the way... I understand what they're trying to go for there.
Like the militaristic...
militaristic, but kind of sounds like it's something... from patriotic. Fox News or something, it's something that's like in between the shows or something like that. Yeah. I get it, but it's just too generic, dude. It's too generic.
But if they got words, you'd like it.
Not necessarily words, but just like something else to make it Not as generic. I mean,
Well, it'll grow on you.
you know what? It might. So anyway, wow, that was a long.
Oh, hey, speaking of that, on Raw, on the little YouTube video that they showed with Zeb and little YouTube.
Yeah.
Apparently, YouTube took it down.
Yeah, I saw that.
They said it was some kind of copyright infringement, so I don't know if there was some kind of miscommunication between WWE and YouTube or what, but...
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there, but there was speculation that maybe YouTube thought it wasn't WWE's thing, so
I do
they
like
took
the fact
it
that
down
WWE created that YouTube Zeb's... I can't remember what they called it, but Zeb's ideas... I don't know what views...
Freedom for all...
Something like that, yeah.
I like
the
the
fact,
people...
I like the fact that they actually created a little channel just for that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool, too.
Yeah.
So anyway,
getting back to the pay-per-view.
Getting back to the pay-per-view, the actual match, that match, I think it was freaking awesome.
Do you like the fact that it wasn't a title match? Because that's
No, that was one of the reasons why I thought that it was gonna suck.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't for the title, it was for a number one contender for the World Heavyweight Championship, and there was only one, and so I was really like down on this and down on the pay-per-view a little bit because of that. But the match itself made up for it. I really think it was a great match. I mean, that double suplex onto Mark Henry on the outside, that was great. When Orton did the Hangman DDT onto the outside, the Doomsday device with Jericho and Kane onto D-Bry. There was a lot of great spots in that match. I thought it was really well done, really good.
Yeah, the mandatory someone going through the plate glass window or whatever.
And it was...
What were they calling it? Flexall or something? They were calling it weird.
It's plexiglass.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Flexomatic 5000 glass.
I don't know what the hell they were calling it.
Shut the hell up.
But the worst part I thought of the actual match was the actual ending when Swagger won. He was able just to roll up Orton. That was the stupidest thing I've ever seen. I was like, come on.
Well, but that's because you like Orton.
It's not that. It's just that's a weak move to finish on. He at least should have put another finish.
And they've done that before on chamber matches too.
Yeah,
that is a weak move to finish on.
Here's why I don't have a problem with it, which I normally do have problems with roll-ups. I always complain about it in Divas matches, but the reason why I don't on this particular one was because it was just so fast that it seemed plausible that Randy would have been taken so off guard that he wouldn't have kicked out, because it was RKO. Pin, 1, 2, 3, rolled up, 1, 2, 3. What? Okay. Wow, that was crazy. I mean, usually in like a bullshit Divas match, it's like, oh, we're gonna roll around pulling each other's hair, and then we're gonna, slap each other, and then booty shake, and then, oh, we went on a roll up, haha. And like, that's it. And it's not even that fast-paced.
I think that's actually how they're playing their matches out. I think it's the booking process.
Especially the haha at the end. Yeah. That's what makes it, yeah. But I don't have that much of a problem with this particular roll-up. And I thought the rest of the match was really great, so even if you did want to argue about the end being a roll-up, the rest of the match overshadows that, I think.
Well, I mean, I thought the whole match was good too, except for the ending. I just thought it was weak to me.
Okay. That's fair.
And it don't matter who it was. I mean, even if it was somebody else that got rolled up, it would have been dumb.
Yeah. But I think that added to the match. The fact that it was Swagger, the fact that it was a swerve, and it wasn't somebody that we expected. Because a lot of the times, all of us members of the IWC always bitch and complain and moan when shit is too predictable. And granted, I predicted this, but it was tongue-in-cheek, me predicting it. But,
well, how about this?
It happened, and it wasn't what everybody expected.
Well, getting back to the actual pay-per-view, the first match was the World Heavyweight Championship match.
Yes, it was.
And Del Rio won.
Yeah.
Knowing that, I think I switched my prediction. Oh, Swagger's gonna win.
In the pay-per-view?
Well, because you got Del Rio, the champion, going into Mania, who's... It's not going to be a face,
Yeah, but after Del Rio won, in between Del Rio winning and the chamber match happening, there were still people, thinking that, well, whoever wins the chamber, they could fight Ziggler, because Ziggler could cash in. So Jericho could still win, and we still could have Jericho versus Ziggler, or, something like that.
I got thoughts on Ziggler, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get to that. I don't think it was that obvious. I was still surprised when it happened, and I predicted the damn thing. So yeah, I was surprised.
Okay,
and I think that's a good thing. Whenever I can't predict something, well,
speaking
of
good things,
okay, let's move on.
Shield,
yes,
Shield versus The Mega Powers.
Mega Powers.
Cena, Ryback, and Sheamus.
Hold on. Did you see the tweet that I sent out about name this team?
No, but I saw something called Team Sell No.
Team Sell No. Yeah, that's one that our friend Aaron came up with. Team Sell No. I had also Cena and the Funky Bunch. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's a good one. Of course, we had the new Mega Powers, or the Mega Powers. Mm-hmm. That's good. I was trying to come up with a bunch of other ones, and I don't know. Do you have any creative names to throw out there for that team?
Well, now we can just call them losers. Because their suckers lost.
They did.
Yeah.
They lost. I cannot believe that
I was so
happened.
happy with that. Not just because of the obvious reason, but just because they're keeping the Shield strong.
Yes.
They beat the three biggest faces of the company.
Yes. And
they did it so well. Mm-hmm. Other than, JBL putting them over on commentary, just saying they're the best cohesive unit that he's seen ever. You gotta agree with him. Really.
Yeah, they were a well-oiled machine.
Yeah, they were literally all over the place. Covering each other's backs and everything.
And I still, even coming out of that match, I still feel like if any one member of the Shield were to fight any one member of the Anti-Shield, that's another name, they would lose on a one-on-one match. Yeah. So I feel like maybe part of the reason why the Shield actually won was because their tag team, well, not tag team, but 3-team, whatever, specialists, like, they fight better as a unit.
Right, yeah.
So I think maybe was the factor, kayfabe-wise, that's the factor that determined it,
But, aside from that, as a member of the IWC, Abel, I'm sure you would appreciate, there was that one spot during the match. It was Cena in the ring with Rollins.
Yes.
First of all, having Rollins and Cena in the same match, one-on-one, during that match, that was incredible just by itself.
Yeah.
Secondly, having Cena down and Rollins kind of on top of him, kind of slapping around, say, "Come on, Cena, get up." Really? I mean, that's, having a little indie, favorite, punking out, Cena.
It's definitely definitely something that we would want to see Rollins beating up on Cena. That's definitely something that's out there. And hell,
I think that's a bigger deal. I mean, really, if you think about it. I mean, it was, as much as everybody hates Cena, he's Cena. He is the face of the company.
Yeah.
And to be knocked around by what the company probably perceives as indie guys, it's a big deal, I think.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it is a big deal. And, I think that when Ambrose was in there also, and Ambrose, when Ambrose was beating up on him also, like that DDT. Did he do that DDT to Cena or to Sheamus?
Oh,
I want to say he did it like that badass, like jumping up kind of DDT. I want to say he did that to Cena also, but like that was a great move. To whoever he did it to, I can't remember now, but whoever he did it to, was freaking great. There was a lot of great spots in that match, and of course the spear. Onto Sheamus through where the bell keeper is and stuff.
Yes.
Dude, they like almost cleared the barricade. They almost missed the barricade. They like jumped clean over it. I mean, I think just like their lower body just happened to catch it, so the barricade fell down. But like Sheamus almost landed in like Lillian Garcia's lap.
Yeah.
Like, it was freaking awesome.
Yeah, Lillian, she had to jump out of the way on that one.
Yeah, and I think if they'd been more reckless, like, I think Sheamus' back of his head would probably hit the bell, the ring bell. Like, that would have been crazy. Just, ding, right there. And, that was Sheamus' head. Concussion. There you go.
Well, all that being said, I'm going to say that is a match of the week candidate for me.
Definitely. So, I agree with you on that one. That's a match of the week candidate. I would also say the Chamber is a match of the week candidate as well.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, real quick, since we're talking about the Shield and Ambrose, a little possible tidbit here, a little trivia fact, or it could be a fact. I'm really not sure, but I think it's interesting.
Okay.
About Dean Ambrose.
Okay.
I was watching a movie the other day, Mission Impossible 2.
Okay.
And the villain in that movie, his name is Sean Ambrose.
Oh.
And it's spelled S-E-A-N. So just take away the S, put a D, Dean Ambrose.
That's probably how they got it.
Yeah.
What movie did you say that was?
Mission Impossible 2.
Mission Impossible 2.
Yeah.
Did he have any resemblance, or that character any resemblance?
No, he's just a methodical, able to plan out everything ahead type of villain. So,
Maybe
I don't know.
maybe that's what he's going for, because he seems like he's the
Yeah.
mastermind behind the Shield.
Yeah, and I don't know.
This is all speculation here, people.
Yeah.
Don't take this as...
It's just an observation that I
It's
saw.
an observation,
So,
okay.
yeah. But anyway, I just thought that was a neat little...
Oh,
Yeah.
that was interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's move on to another match in the Elimination Chamber.
Okay.
I think we'd be remiss if we did not talk about Punk versus The Rock.
Yeah.
I find it interesting that there was that spot where Punk hit the GTS and basically had what he called on Raw an 18 count.
Yeah.
Which he pretty much did. I mean, we were watching at Buffalo Wild Wings, and we all just started counting along. We got all the way up to like 11, when everybody just kind of stopped counting and whatever.
You got mad.
But I find that interesting, and this also is going to spill over into Raw. But at that point, I felt like, okay, Punk's not going to win this, as we predicted. But he has a legitimate claim to, him getting screwed or whatnot. So maybe they are going to go with this three-way that people are conspiracy theorizing about. That's going to be not twice in a lifetime, but rather Cena versus Rock versus Punk.
And moving on to Raw, going from this title match, which, before that, what'd you think of the actual Punk Rock match?
I thought it was okay.
Yeah, better than the first match?
No. I think the first match was better. This match was aight. And
Is aight?
It was aight.
Alright.
It was aight. I'd probably say that their first match was maybe a 8.5, 9 out of 10. And I would say this one was maybe more like 7.5, 8. Why are you laughing at me?
No.
I'm just trying to get accurate.
I can see that. Okay. So you think the first match was a little bit better?
Yes. Yeah. Is that all you wanted? A yes or no response?
Pretty much, yeah. Okay, moving on to Raw. Okay.
Okay.
So, talking about the, Punk and Cena and Rock. Punk comes out, Cena comes out, and they're talking about, what happened.
Hold on. I wanted to make a small point before you get that far into that far into the segment. Right before then, they showed a graphic, and they kicked off Raw by showing a graphic saying, we're going to have Cena versus The Rock. And I even tweeted it, and I said, wow, that didn't waste any time. And at that point, I thought, well, those little conspiracy theories nagging at the back of my head about maybe they're going to do a three-way, that was done and away with. So when Raw started, they showed that graphic. Cena comes out to the ring talking about facing The Rock. I was like, okay, here we go, twice in a lifetime. And then when now catching up, when Punk came out, that's when I was like, all right, well, maybe I shouldn't let go of that hope yet.
Yeah, and he did. It was weird that the way they brought it up, the Punk losing the way he did, because Punk did mention, hey, Rock he punched the referee.
Yep.
Inadvertently, maybe, but he did hit him.
Right.
And he pinned him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
18.
Yeah. So, I thought they were going to make a bigger deal about those two things.
Yeah.
Of the match. And he really didn't. He just kind of mentioned in passing.
Which Heyman probably should have.
Yeah.
Like, Heyman being the weasel that he is, that was a great thing to weasel through, and just harp on those two things,
Yeah.
But you're right, it was kind of mentioned in passing, but at the same time, Punk used it as a point.
Yeah, and then setting up Cena agreeing to put his his Mania match on the line against Punk. Is that the typical face, being duped by the heel? Do you think it's going to backfire on him? Or?
I don't know if I would say being duped by the heel. Again, we need to see what's going to happen next week, but I have a prediction for that. But I think this is the typical uber face, never going to give up, never going to back down from a challenge type thing. So,
but he's already got a secured headline match at WrestleMania. So why would you jeopardize that?
Well, I understand that logic, and regular person logic will probably be like, no, I'm not risking that, I'm not betting that. But in the world of wrestling, the face always does that. The face is like, you're gonna challenge me? Okay, fine, let's do it, Nancy. Well, I didn't mean to say Nancy. I meant to say just a random girl name, and that was the first girl name that came to my head. Sorry, Nancy.
What are you saying,
Nothing.
Are you talking about when I'm not around?
No, I'm not talking
Say
about.
it to my face.
No. That's
I'm staying out of this one.
okay. I pissed off the sexy ghost. Okay. Anyway,
What were you saying?
I don't even know. No, we were talking about Cena actually, stepping up and accepting the challenge. Which, hey, they could be duped, but I don't know. But here's my prediction. Do you want to do the prediction now?
Go for it.
Okay. My prediction is that there's going to be either a double pin, the way Punk and Cena did before. At some pay-per-view this year, that happened. There was a double pin. Or there's going to be like a double count out. And, who was the winner? Who's going to be the one that actually fight The Rock? Bam, three-way.
That's how normal three-way matches are made.
Yep.
At some points.
So there's a match for number one contender, and there's no clear-cut winner.
They do, yeah. They left it open. I don't know if that's their plan, but they did leave it open for some kind of shenanigan to create a three-way match out of that.
Yep.
There's got to be a reason for them to do this match in the first place.
Yeah, and here's another reason why I think this might actually happen. If Punk is only having this little mini feud right now in this 6 weeks between now and Mania, I don't think Punk will be down for that. Because if you remember in his DVD, where he was very candid, and it seemed as though a lot of it was a shoot, basically. I mean, you never really know in the world of wrestling.
Especially with Punk.
Yeah, especially with Punk. But he had said that one thing that pissed off Punk, caused him to want to leave, before the whole Money in the Bank thing, when he was saying he wasn't going to resign his contract, is that they had told him that for WrestleMania, he is going to be John Cena's TV program. And that pissed him off, and he said, I'm nobody's TV program, and that was part of the reason why he wanted to leave. So I doubt that this year they're just going to use him as Cena's TV program to, when The Rock's not around, Punk and Cena will have a feud. Like, that's one of the reasons why I don't think that this is...
I don't think Rock's even going to be there next week.
Yeah. So I don't think that they're just going to have Punk as a placeholder feud to fight, Cena until The Rock shows up. I think they're actually going somewhere with this. So they have the opportunity. I don't think Punk is going to be that kind of guy where he's going to settle for that type of thing. Mm-hmm. It's known, it's on his DVD, and that's the kind of character he has. So I think that they're actually building to a three-way now. I mean, I might be duped, I might be worked, but damn, that's what it's seeming like. I don't know if that's just wishful thinking or what, but that's what I'm predicting, man.
Okay, well, there you go.
There you go. And he is going to fight for a brand stinking new title belt.
Oh, yes. Should we give a moment of silence for the spinner belt?
Fuck no. Fuck the spinner belt.
All right. There you go.
All right. There you go. You know what? I'm glad the spinner belt is gone. Because that's the belt for Cena. That's Cena's belt. That's not the WWE Championship belt.
Right.
When the Smoking Skull belt was, not on Austin,
they used the regular belt.
They used the regular belt, and the same thing with the Brahma Bull belt. When it wasn't on Rock,
they never used it. Did
they never ever wind up using it? I thought they did.
No, they made it. They just never used it.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, even more so.
Yeah, there you go.
But, I mean, whenever they had custom belts, once it was off of whoever it was custom it went back to the regular one. So, for the longest time, I've been thinking that this shouldn't be the spinner belt. That's Cena's belt. And yeah, there was that one cutesy thing that they did with it when Edge won it and he replaced the WWE with the Rated R logo. Okay, yeah.
And then Miz turned the logo upside down.
Yeah, Miz turned the logo. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So they did,
toying with our emotions.
Yes. They did a couple of cutesy things with it, whatever. But I think for the longest time, they should have let that be seen as belt.
It was a gimmick belt that lasted for 8 freaking years.
Yeah, it was. It was a gimmick belt.
I'll tell you what, on Raw, when Rock was coming out and they kind of panned out, and if you look in the ring, you can see the little podium there. I was like, I actually marked out for a podium.
Yeah.
I was like, why is there a little podium in the ring? Why is there a little cover over the top of it? Are we getting a new belt?
Yeah.
We are.
Now, there were some members of the IWC that were pissed off that Rock was the one unveiling the new belt and not Punk.
Yeah.
At this point, I don't give a damn.
This is true. I don't really care who does it. I would have preferred Punk do it.
Yeah.
Another way is if Rock was going to do it, I was hoping that, like, after Punk lost the belt, he would have just taken the belt like he did the first time, and he would have said, well, if I can have this belt, nobody can. He just smashed it to pieces or something.
Yeah.
Something, like, really, like, in their minds, a heelish thing to do.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, everybody like us were like, yes, thank you, Punk.
Yes.
But it's done. It's taken care of. We got a new belt. Great.
Okay. So, move aside from who debuted the new belt, blah, blah, blah. Let's move that shit aside. Let's talk about the bling itself.
Okay.
I like it. Okay?
Okay.
My initial reaction was, what the fuck? Why are we replacing one custom belt for another custom belt? Yeah. Why does The Rock have a belt now?
Yeah.
And that was my initial reaction.
I think everybody was like that.
Yeah.
That's because I said that. I was like, great. Oh, why is there Burma Bulls on the sides? I don't like that.
Yeah, I didn't like it because I thought it was going to be The Rock's belt. And I'm like, what the hell? He's only going to have it till Mania anyway. Yeah. Which, well, that's a conversation for later, maybe 2 or 3 weeks from now.
Yeah.
But I was like, what the hell? Why? Like, he's not going to have it for that long. That's stupid that they're going to make a custom belt for him. But then, when I realized, well, you know what? This has been all but confirmed by WWE themselves, that those side plates are interchangeable.
Yeah.
That those side plates are not permanent. So this isn't The Rock's belt. I mean, right now it is, and since The Rock is the title holder right now, they're going to put little emblems on there for him. And I think that when the title holder change, instead of just changing out a nameplate, they're going to change out those side plates with a different logo for whoever has the title. And I think that is badass. That's like an innovation of functionality that hasn't been in any title that we've ever seen before. I mean, with the exception of a nameplate, but this is something a little bit more customizable. I think it's awesome. I really do.
I gotta disagree.
Okay, and that's fine.
I just, for every title holder to change the side plates on that, customized, for them to make customizable plates like that, no, they're not gonna do that. I think it's gonna... At that point, it becomes a gimmick for everybody.
Okay.
But I was thinking the same thing. Instead of having their name, that they're going to do the side plates for each superstar that holds it.
Well, who asked you?
I did.
She asked herself.
Yes, okay.
She's a sexy
and I'm
ghost.
agreeing with Abel.
And you know what? I could see where it could be problematic for, like, people that don't have, like, an iconic logo, like, let's say, for some crazy ass reason, Yoshi Tatsu or somebody wins the WWE title. Yeah.
He's still employed?
Yeah, he's still employed. Yeah, quit giving me that look, Travis. I'm just saying, for example. Okay.
I'm gonna let you finish this little whatever you're trying to do here.
All I'm trying to say is that I can see how it could be problematic with somebody that doesn't have, like, an iconic logo.
And that's why I say it won't work. But.
Well, I know, but then that's when I thought, well, maybe they could just... the way that all the replicas are being sold is with just WWE logos on the side. Well, maybe they could just revert to that if somebody doesn't have, like, a cool logo.
Well, then that says something about the champion. Why is he champion if he doesn't have his own logo?
Well, that's true. That's why I would think anybody that does make it to that spot anyway will probably have something that they could throw on there. So that's why I don't have that big of a problem with it. But I don't know. I mean, I could see that everybody would have something that they could put on there to make it their own. And, I mean, this is a WWE title. It's not going to change hands every month. So it's going to be on this, well, it shouldn't, but it should be on whoever the title holder is for a while. So, yeah, you'll be able to put a different plate on the side and it'll be fine. And, I mean, I don't know, I'm cool with that. So, I mean, yeah, we're probably going to disagree with it. And we won't actually know how well it'll work until we get a couple of 2 or 3, maybe 4 different title holders so we can see what they're actually going to do on the sides. Like, what happens if Cena wins it? Are they going to put little spinner WWE things on the side? Or are they going to put just like a You Can't See Me, like the U with the C with the with the crossover, and are they going to put that on the side? What if Punk wins it? Is Punk going to put...
It's too No, just something. You need something timeless, classy. You know, just on the sides, just put the little WWE logos. Like, you know, there's pictures floating out there with the
with the WWE logo.
Yeah, so why not? Just leave it plain. It's a little classic. You know, for me, I'm probably, you know, you probably figure I'm more.
Yeah,
I'm more wanting a retro design.
Well, and that's exactly what I tweeted. Like, right before The Rock revealed it, I tweeted, I said, well, this better be an actual new design and not some sort of quote-unquote retro design. And you, like, sent me a text immediately. It was like, you said, what did you say? Like, I want a retro design? And, you know,
because those old designs, they are classic. They are timeless. You know, they actually look like, you know, belts you would be proud to display. Somewhere.
Something that has a heritage, a lineage.
Exactly.
I get what you mean there.
I would think so. I would hope so. Yes.
Well, I mean, aside from all the controversy with the side plates and the switching in and out and whatever, I think the middle logo itself, I think it's good. I mean, it has a regular WWE logo, which, hey, this is the WWE title, so why not have the WWE logo on there? And at the bottom, it just says champion.
Champion, not champ.
Yeah, it says champion.
Yeah.
So, that's simple. That's great. I think that is timeless. Yeah. So I think it has an element of that, but it still looks modern. Yeah. It still looks new. It doesn't look too retro.
Yeah.
It's original. It serves its functionality, and I like the functionality of the side plates. You don't, so that's where we disagree. But I think the middle plate, the main plate, looks good.
Other than nitpicking a little bit, you know, on the front, I think there's too much of the leather strap showing through. Okay. But, you know, it's just me.
Did you see the prototype of that where it wasn't the leather strap showing through, where it was just like one solid gold plate with a raised... No, that looked worse.
Did it?
Yeah, I didn't see me.
Did you see there was an article that WWE put up on their website today about the process of it and everything, and that's pretty interesting. If you get a chance to go check that out.
I haven't read that, but I definitely would like to, considering I'm the son of a jeweler. You know.
Yeah, it said it took them. There's 228 gyms in there. Yeah, it took them. It actually spent over $50,000 to make. Just because of all the prototypes and all those different things they had to do, and they actually got the guys from OCC on American Chopper.
Really?
They're the ones that cut it out. They actually cut out the main plate.
Really?
Have you seen the show?
Cool.
You know, the show they got the machine that machines out all the designs and stuff. That's who did the belt.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So, because that metal on that metal plate, you know, that goes right through. You know, it goes to the metal plate. So they had to do something, and that's why they went to them, because they had that. They used aluminum where they cut aluminum and stuff out and make it lighter. Yeah. So it's an interesting read, you know, about the process of making it. They said in the coming weeks they're actually going to show like all the different prototypes of this belt.
Oh, okay.
So that should be...
Well, then I guess you will see that one prototype where it was like solid gold and it just had the raised WWE logo on it, and that just looked horrible.
I like it. I like the design. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I just, like I'm saying, I'm just being a little nitpicky. I just think that the W should maybe be a little bit fatter or something, so not as much black is showing on the out. That's just okay. You know, whatever.
All right. Are we done talking about the stinking belt?
Hey, don't say the stinking belt.
Well, after I just put it over.
After how long we've been waiting for a new belt, I think it deserves its own segment.
Are we done talking about that beautiful piece of gold and diamond encrusted deliciousness?
Almost. No, we're done. We're done.
We're done. Okay, let's move on to something else on Raw. Let's see, we have the Vicky and Heyman segment, where it was revealed that Brad Maddox is now the assistant to the managing editor, supervisor, part-time, whatever the fuck she is.
Yeah.
One thing that I didn't really get here, and this is something TNA does better than WWE. They do the heel versus heel feuds better. Because here, Vicky's a heel, Heyman's a heel, Maddox is a heel, and not a single fuck was given in that arena when all this was going down. Like, it was worse than the Divas match.
When she mentioned the assistants, whatever, and it's Brad Maddox, you can literally hear in the audience.
Yeah.
It's like everybody just kind of sat down.
And that's not like saying that the crowd was on their feet cheering for what was happening before that happened. No. There was already crickets in the place. And that's kind of how I felt. I was like, okay, I like Heyman. Vicky, I could take her or leave her. Brad Maddox, I hope he does something really cool. Maybe he'll turn face or something. That was my prediction when he first leaked the video or whatever. But no, that's not what they're doing. They keep keeping Vicky heel. They're keeping Heyman heel. They're keeping Brad Maddox heel. And they're all healing on each other. And I don't care.
That didn't sound PG.
That didn't sound PG.
No.
You know... Yeah, they're all... I don't know. I don't dig it. I think it fell flat. I don't care that he's the assistant to...
Yeah, I could care less.
He's the assistant to a temporary position?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. We already don't like authority figures on wrestling TV. So why should we give a shit if they're going to have an assistant to that? You know, because it's only going to be more...
Especially if they're a heel.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, with the face, it's okay. With Booker and Teddy...
Yeah.
You know, that's a little different.
They kind of play off each other.
Yeah. And I think every now and again they tease that one of them's going to turn on the other. Yeah. So there's that element there. But with this, it's like, I don't care. Exactly. I mean, whatever. And that sucks because I like Heyman so much, and we've been talking about how well Heyman's been doing the last several weeks, and like this was, you know?
Well, it's funny that they used the moniker for him, the voice of the voiceless, because everything that Heyman was saying throughout the show, I was saying, oh, that's something I would say, just because, before they went to the ring, when Vicky was talking on the phone and Heyman came up behind her and she was talking to him, the stuff that he was saying back to her, that's something that I would be saying. Yeah. It's like, really? We got to go to the ring? Of course we got to go to the ring. What, stuff like that.
Yeah.
When they get to the ring, he's just sitting there back. Okay, he obviously doesn't care, when she announces that. Stuff like something very relatable to what you would actually say if that was you.
Yeah.
So Heyman, again, he's been on top of everything.
I think he made the best out of a bad situation.
Yeah, exactly. And then, and that goes into the end of that segment when Vince, popped out and said, hey, guess what? I want to fight you next week. Huh?
Yeah, what the hell?
That was so random.
Vince with a broken hip. Yeah. According to kayfabe. I mean, we all know that there was the tweets all over the place. Oh, well, at the press conference, he was walking around just fine. Yeah. Well, of course, idiots. It's a freaking scripted show. It's make-believe, people.
No. In defense of that, it was on camera on the website. So that is part of a character.
Come on. I don't know. People,
you had freaking Brodus Clay dancing around at the press conference with the dancers. So you can't have characters and not have a character, But anyway, that's
whatever. I don't care.
But anyway, getting back to the actual him challenging Paul Heyman, why was he? I can understand at first him being mad and pissed off at Heyman.
Yeah,
for the Brock Lesnar thing, but it's been announced that Vicky was the one that brought back.
Yeah, why isn't he pissed off at Vicky?
Why didn't he fire her ass?
Yeah.
And make Heyman in charge.
Well,
that would be good.
That would be good, but that'd be too much. And why would he be motivated to put Heyman in charge?
He tried to warn him.
Okay, whatever. That's too much.
Hey, let me go with that, okay?
That's wishful thinking. That's fantasy booking.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. So that's that. It was bad. It was horrible. The best thing that came out of that segment was when Brad Maddox came out. He said something along the lines of, hi, Paul. And then Heyman goes, hi, Brad Maddox. That was the best part. All right. Would you say that was a WTF segment?
Close. That is one. Yeah.
But, okay, well, let's move on to another WTF segment.
Okay.
Wade Barrett.
You mean the Intercontinental Champion Wade Barrett?
Yes.
The one that wasn't at the pay-per-view?
Right.
Oh, okay. What about him?
He's a big-time movie star now. Did you know that?
He is?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, I'm sure if I'm watching all the Hollywood shows, Entertainment Tonight and all these shows on the internet and TV, I'm sure I would have seen his name somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Because he's a big-time movie star?
Yeah, he's a big-time
What's the name of the
movie
movie he's in?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't even bother to remember.
Who's the director of the movie?
Some jabroni.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
Who's co-starring?
Some dumb guy.
Okay. All right. Well,
there you go.
Yeah.
And what role did Barrett play?
I don't know.
I think he was thug number 2.
I'm thinking so.
Yeah, I think that's what he
Literally,
was.
I think I'm not even joking at this time. I think he's.
He was thug number 2.
I think he's just a henchman in the movie.
Yeah, that's all he is.
Because if you watch the trailer, if you blinked,
you missed him.
You would have missed him. If you didn't know what to look for in that trailer, you would not have seen Wade Barrett in that trailer.
I didn't see him in the trailer.
Well, there you go.
Were you looking?
No.
No, you weren't looking?
I was expecting to see him right there, right in front of the TV. You say he was the big star.
Well, yeah, he was on
Wade Barrett did say he was the star of the movie.
Yeah.
But then, okay,
he's the star of the movie the way right now JTG is a WWE star.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He's there somewhere. You gotta find him.
Yeah.
But come on, really, he's not there.
Yeah. So what makes this a WTF moment for me is not only the waste of time of having Wade Barrett come out to promote a movie he's
quasi in.
Yeah. But then to have Sheamus come on the screen right after that for no reason. They're not even feuding.
Right.
And just to shit all over the whole segment.
Yeah, it's like, shut up, you're stupid, and your movie sucks.
Yeah.
Like, he may as well have just said that.
Exactly, yeah. Matter of fact, that's translation from Ginger.
Oh, yeah, that was the official Ginger translation.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's what he was saying. And it's like, why would you take the time to announce that and just to have someone else to say, it's a waste of time, don't even bother seeing the movie. You're not even in it.
Yeah.
WTF.
Alright. Let's move on to something less aggravating. Well, I don't know. This might be more aggravating.
This is where I think you're going. I think this is kind of aggravating.
We're going to be talking about Mr. Ziggles.
Yeah, this is aggravating.
Okay, this is aggravating. This is not aggravating to me.
Okay.
Alright.
I gotta hear this.
And this is why.
Alright.
I thought the match between Ziggler and Del Rio was damn good. I thought it was a great match.
Well, that goes without saying because he puts on good matches.
Well, he does put on good matches, but I didn't know that he would put on good matches with Del Rio. And Del Rio did a lot of good stuff in there, and I think he stepped up his game. And I want to mention something about the fact that this wasn't the first televised match that these two had this week.
Yeah.
There was a match on Main Event, Ziggler versus Del Rio.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a really great match. In fact, I think that match was better than the one on Raw.
I think so.
And I want to say that match on Main Event was a match of the week candidate.
Okay. Yeah.
Had this not been a pay-per-view weekend, and had we not had those two great pay-per-view matches with the Elimination Chamber and with Shield, I would say hands down the Main Event match is match of the week. No candidates, nothing. That's what it is. Suck it. Like, unfortunately, it was. And I say this, unfortunately, there was a pay-per-view this weekend.
Damn it.
Damn it. That had good matches. Damn it. So I can't say that's a match of the week candidate, but I'm still going to put it on there as the, one of the ones that our listeners can vote on. If you just tweet us at HWrestling Radio and let us know, which one you think should be match of the week candidate. But I definitely think that one should be there on the list.
Okay.
And, well, we could throw out our picks now because I didn't have any other matches.
Well, wait. Talking about Ziggler, yes, he put on some good matches with Del Rio. But what I wanted to mention or talk about,
I know where you're going with this,
was the fact that Ziggler lost.
Yes.
Again.
Yes.
WTF.
WTF? Yeah, Mr. Ziggles is losing.
Is he still credible?
Well. Kind of, like, I wouldn't read too much into it, and here's why. He lost to the World Heavyweight Champion, and he's the Money in the Bank holder. So, the way that you use the Money in the Bank device, it's not that, you're gonna go out and beat the champ and you're already, you gotta kind of use it, especially if you're a heel, you gotta kind of use it in a heel way where you sneak up on him, you cash it in, and then bam, you're the champ.
Oh, you mean like how Ricardo Rodriguez stole the briefcase, so you couldn't cash it in? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Because that's what heels do.
Yeah. Well, but when Mexicans do shit like that, it's charming and it's funny, because that's how Eddie did it. So
it's okay for every Mexican to do it.
Yeah. That's what they do. They lie, they cheat, and they steal. That's what Mexicans do.
Rest in peace, Eddie.
Yes, we're going to have Dirty Sanchez here later, and you're going to see exactly what I mean, by that. So, anyway, I don't know. I think Ricardo Rodriguez just has this certain charm to him that just kind of makes him lovable. So, when he does shit like that, he gets away with it.
But what about Del Rio doing it? Because he's been doing a lot of heelish things as far as winning his matches.
Yes.
So, can you defend that as well?
Other than the fact that they're just pushing him as a face, no. Just the fact that he is a face, is, I don't say it justifies it, but it makes it okay. You know what I mean? Like, I understand where you're going, and I see where your gripe is, and I agree with it to an extent, you know, but there's part of me that just wants to say, well, whatever, you know, he's a face, and, you know,
that's what y'all do.
You know, yeah, exactly. I mean, if you want to take that argument, you could go back in time, you know, however long it was, 8 years ago, whatever, when Eddie was doing that thing, and you'd be like, whoa, Eddie, he shouldn't be a face because he's
But that was literally his gimmick.
Yeah, and I think they're trying to recapture a little bit of that. I'm kind of okay with it. You know, not okay like, yeah, let's do this, it's great, but like, alright, that's what he's doing, fine, whatever. You know, they're trying to do an Eddie thing, and they're trying to get over it with Mexicans, and maybe some Mexicans will remember that and be like, oh, that's what Eddie used to do.
So they have to get over it with Mexicans by having them steal.
Yeah, exactly.
And lie.
Yes.
And cheat.
Yes, it's racist. I never said WWE wasn't racist. I mean,
but you condone it.
Look at freaking Dutch Oven, man. I mean, that's racist.
We just said we weren't racist. Where have you been?
He's racist.
The truth comes out.
Yes, that fool was racist. Oh, man. But yeah.
Wow, the truth shall set you free.
I'm not reading too much into these two losses till Del Rio. Del Rio's the champ. The matches were good. Sometimes,
I can't remember the last time Ziggler won a match. Before this,
I can't either.
Before this, he was losing to Cena.
I can't, you know what?
And you can say it's John Cena,
well,
so it's okay.
He beat Cena at the TLC pay-per-view, and that was back in December, and what is it now? February. So yeah, it's been like a month and a half. Yeah, it's been a while since he's won a match. Granted, yeah. I understand what you mean.
So at this point, even if he cashes in and actually wins it in a heelish way, which is what he tried to do, it's not going to do anything for him at this point.
I disagree, because he's just so over. Even when he's losing, he's still over. And he's just putting on such great matches.
Well, for us, but we don't matter to the WWE.
I think we do matter. And that partly goes into my big theory about WWE working the casual fans at the same time working the IWC fans. Like, for the longest while, the IWC has always thought that they've pulled back the veil and they know what's actually going on. I really think the WWE is working us, and the main reason why I think that is because of Cena. Like, they know that we don't like him. The same way how WWE knew that in Canada, Bret Hart got a face pop, while in the US he was booed out of the building. So they know that these two demographics, much like that Bret Hart situation, are kind of at odds, and they're just playing it up. They're mucking up the waters, and they're letting us think that we know what's behind the curtain, we know what's behind the veil, but in all actuality, they're still fucking working us. I really think that that's what they're doing. And they're doing it at different levels, and I think this is one example of that. Well, Ziggler's still going to be over with the IWC just because he's putting on badass matches, so we can have him lose. The kids will boo him because he's a heel, and he's losing, so it's great.
Okay. I think you put too much thought in that, but okay.
Well, this is something I've been thinking about for a while, you know, but hell, we run a wrestling podcast. We're supposed to put thought into it.
Since when?
Well, this is episode 20, so maybe we should start putting thought into it.
20?
20.
Really?
We've done 20 of these mofos.
I haven't walked out yet?
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Yeah, me too. Jeez.
Alright, so yeah, I don't care. It's still a badass match. Ziggler's putting on badass matches. And that inverted superplex, that was great.
Yeah.
That backstabber while Ziggler was in the ropes, that was freaking awesome. So.
Oh, don't get me started with that.
What? The backstabber in the ropes, you don't like it?
No, I have a problem, and this was...
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. A few months ago, Sheamus was taking advantage of the 5 count.
Yes.
And it turned into like 15 count.
Yeah.
It's now turned into like a 25 count with Del Rio. Did you see that?
Yeah.
The ref literally stopped counting at like 3 or 4. Like, okay, Del Rio, you gotta stop. Stop it. You gotta stop attacking him while he's in the ropes. Stop it now. Useless.
Hey, no one said these refs were good.
God. It was global freaking... Anyway.
Okay, I understand that gripe, yeah. Yeah, I agree.
And that's why that particular, although it was cool.
I still like the move. But, I mean, I guess he could do, if he could do it where he does it within the 5 count, like it'll be okay. Kind of like how it's okay when Tajiri did the tarantula, because at 4 he broke.
Yeah.
But it's still cool. Like if somehow somebody were to get caught up in the ropes and he would run up behind him from out of nowhere and then boom, backstabber out of the ropes, like I think it would be cool.
Yeah.
But I see what you're saying about, oh, he was in the ropes too long. Okay, I get it. But that doesn't negate the fact that it was a cool move.
It was a cool move, but that's just me being a grump.
All right. So we have these 3 match of the week candidates. What do you say should be the match of the week?
I'm sticking with Shield versus Mega Powers.
Okay. I'm going to go with the Elimination Chamber match. Listeners, chime in. Send us your hate mail at HWrestling Radio on Twitter. And we also have a regular old-fashioned email address. Who uses those anymore? But that's HoustonWrestlingRadio@gmail.com. Let us know what you guys think should be match of the week. Those are hard 2 picks. It sounds like we need a tiebreaker here.
Actually, I just thought of something.
What'd you think?
Thinking of the Shield, and, they're keeping them in 6-man tags. So we need to come up with another combination of faces, or just wrestlers to go up against the Shield, right?
Yeah.
I just thought of something. John Cena.
Okay.
The Miz.
Uh-huh.
And Ted DiBiase. Call them the Marines. Come on, right? See what I did there?
I see what you did there. See, for a second there, when you said Ted DiBiase, I thought you meant senior.
No.
But no, you mean Ted DiBiase
Right.
Jr. Yeah, I get it. I see what you did there. This fucking guy.
Book it
now. Okay. That's enough for WWE TV for the week. Yeah, I know. We're not talking about SmackDown. Screw that SmackDown episode. It wasn't that great. It wasn't that eventful.
Well, Rock had a good promo, but it's okay.
Whatever. Yeah. With Elimination Chamber and Raw, anything that happened on SmackDown is negated. So let's stop talking about the WWE TV.
Is there anything from TNA or anything?
Well, I'm not done talking about WWE. I'm done talking about WWE TV.
Ooh, okay.
Let's move on to the other little nugget of information that we got this week, which we kind of already knew, but it was confirmed.
It wasn't official.
Yeah, and now it's official.
Yeah.
WrestleMania 30 in Nolans.
I like to say WrestleMania XXX.
Yes, WrestleMania XXX.
Because I'm simple-minded like that.
Yeah. Nolans is right down the road here, right down I-10. Not that far. It's like, what, a 3-hour drive?
6.
6?
Yeah, we were just there a few months ago. Yeah.
Okay, well, 3 if you drive like you.
If I drove there, it took 6 hours. If I drive there, how long would it take me to get there?
Probably, 3, whatever. That was a failed joke. Anyway.
Welcome to Houston Wrestling Radio.
I meant Nancy when I said that. That's what I meant.
Of course, yeah, I can get there in 2.5.
Yeah.
It's a competition now, okay.
She's not lying. Oh man, I've ridden with her in the car one time, and that's I'm done. Anyway, okay, Nolans. I think that's a big deal for us down here on the Third Coast.
I'm not gonna lie; it would have been nice if it was in Dallas, Dallas Stadium. But
yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe 32, 33. Who knows? I mean.
Or 31.
Or 30. I thought they already were deciding 31 and Dallas
probably.
wasn't one of them.
No.
Anyway, whatever.
Nolans.
Believe it or not, I've never been to NOLA.
Believe it or not, that was our first time there. It was a couple months ago we went there?
Yeah.
November. Yeah, it was November we went there.
Yeah, y'all went for a comic show or something?
Wizard World Convention.
Wizard World Convention, that's what it was. Yeah. Is it safe to say that the Super Bowl blackout had nothing to do with their decision? After all, because the joke was, oh, well, I guess WWE's not going to have it in the Superdome now. Well, I guess that was okay. They got over it.
Well, knowing you, the way you like to overthink things, I'm gonna say yes.
Oh, okay. All right, fine.
It's all part of Undertaker's big plan to come back.
Yeah,
That was a tease. That was the Super Bowl was a tease.
They're trying to figure out whether or not it'll work.
Yeah.
And apparently it did, because everybody was talking about The Undertaker when the lights went out in the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Bunch of marks.
Yeah. All right. this might be something that I'll definitely want to go to. I guess it all really depends on funding.
Yeah.
You know, on how hard it is on the pocketbook. But
you know,
I definitely want to go there.
Yeah, we are Houston Wrestling Radio. We are taking donations. Why are you laughing? We're taking donations to help fund our trip. For the full weekend. We want to do everything. We want to do the Fan Fest, Hall of Fame, all that stuff.
ROH show.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, and so everything. Yeah, so you can email us at HoustonWrestlingRadio@gmail.com.
Pick up some hookers on Bourbon Street.
Yeah.
What?
What?
Snuck that in there. People are not going to donate. Shut up. Let's move on. But what if they did? Oh, that'd be awesome. Okay. Yeah, please donate. All right. I think that's it for our WWE talk. That was the only other thing that I want to add on there. Hey, we're going to get WrestleMania here, on this side of the world. So that's pretty cool.
I just hope it's not a repeat of WrestleMania 25.
Yeah, 25 wasn't that good.
Yeah.
That's funny because Houston's had 2 WrestleManias.
Yeah.
One is generally accepted as one of the better WrestleManias ever, in X7. Yeah. And the other is generally accepted as one of the worst WrestleManias ever with 25.
Which is weird because it's the 25th anniversary, you think.
Yeah. And 17, like that shouldn't, whatever.
No, it was X7, it wasn't 17.
Whatever. Yeah, like, that shouldn't have been.
X7 sounds cool.
Yeah. Because they were Attitude Era back then, trying to be edgy, using an X. Whatever. But see, now we're going to have WrestleMania Triple X.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You're going to have China, fighting.
If there's ever a time for her return.
Yeah. She'll probably fight that chick that was accused of sleeping with John Cena. That one porn star from earlier in the week. Whatever. We're not going to talk about that. All right. Done with WWE talk. Let's move on. Let's talk a little bit about Impact. Just a couple of little things here and there. Rude and Aries. This is some good stuff. Again, I mentioned this earlier. TNA is better at doing heel versus heel stuff than WWE is. And while you can make the argument that this is more like them kind of being face and this is more like a hell no type situation, which I agree with.
It's got elements of it.
It's got elements of it in there. I
still think... You know what? Actually, from last week, I think they did a better job. And the reason I say that is...
So, WWE or TNA?
No, TNA. With Rude Aries. Because... Well, I say last week. It might have been 2 weeks ago when they actually started. But they said they have a mission. They're going to collect all the gold.
Yeah.
And they're actually...
They're trying to.
Yeah, they're trying to accomplish that. So, at least they got a plan. Whereas Hell No was just kind of...
They're just raging at each other and then raging against the world together. And then, it's just... They're just two little uncontrollable goblins that just rah, 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 and I don't know if that was the best,
The sound effect of the faces you just made is...
Well, they can't see the face.
Well, I can. That's enough.
Okay, that's enough.
So, anyway, Rude and Aries, they had a match, and they had a plan going into the match.
Yes, they did.
They didn't really get into details, apparently, about the actual...
Well, they thought they had an understanding.
Yes. Yeah, they thought they had an understanding. Just the old classic, little finger poke of doom.
And, well, they tried to do the finger poke of doom, but what happened?
The miscommunication at its finest.
At its finest.
Yes. So
we had I think that Todd announcer guy, still don't know his name. The new announcer dude dubbed it as the double finger poke of doom.
Yeah.
They finger poked doomed each other and neither went down.
They no-sold the finger poke.
Of all things to no-sell, the finger poke? Like,
when you
irony at its finest.
When you get hit with a finger poke, David, you go down.
You go down.
You don't no-sell the finger poke. The finger poke no-sells you.
So that was an awesome moment that... I don't think I'd seen that before, that there was,
it's only been once before, the finger poke.
Well, I think other people have tried to do a finger poke of doom, but it didn't work, whatever. But the fact
that Hogan tried it.
Yeah.
Hogan and Nash tried it.
No. I mean, but after that, after the Hogan and Nash, whatever. I think that the fact that they both did it at the same time, they both thought that they were doing this and in it together, and then they poked each other and they're like, "Why aren't you going down?"
Yeah.
what the hell? And they didn't try this once.
Yeah.
They kept fucking poking each other. Why? Why did you continue to do it? It was obvious what was going on after the first poke. Like, hey, you guys miscommunicated. And then Aries was like, okay, I understand. I get what's going on. I'll go ahead and lay down. And
No. He said, I'll be the bigger man. He's like, no, I'm the bigger man. He's like,
I mean, figuratively.
Yes. Yeah, literally, you are the bigger man, yes, but figuratively, yeah.
That was some great work going on right there, too.
So they're really coming together as, little Laurel and Hardy type, tag team there.
Yeah, and then when he finally decided to be the big man and lay down, he was like, okay, well, I'm gonna lay down, and then, no, heel turn.
Yeah.
Even though they're already heels, but I'm gonna pin you, and then that's when the match just went on from there, and it was great, because there was a lot of those I'm gonna out heel you exchanges. Like, you're gonna get the tights, well, I'm gonna put my feet on the rope. And you're
gonna out heel each other.
Yeah, you're gonna put me in your finishing move, well, I'm gonna poke you in the eye. You're gonna do this. Yeah, it was freaking awesome. Like, it was out healing each other. That's the best way to put it. Like,
I'm really starting to dig that. So,
Aces and Eights are still around. Whatever.
Still losing.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Whatever. That's all I'll say about that.
You finally given up on Aces and Eights?
I wouldn't say that I've given up, but I'm uninterested, and nothing really happened as far as storyline progression with them this week.
Kayfabe wise, nice of TNA to fly Aces and Eights out to UK for him, right?
Oh, I know. Yeah, that was
and
really
to start selling T-shirts for him too.
Yes, that's
so thoughtful of TNA.
Yeah, so thoughtful. Yeah. No, it was because they had somebody on the inside that was behind the merch stand,
which we never found out.
Yeah, that's how they fund all the booze and hookers that they always have in their clubhouse. Yeah,
which is inside the same arena.
Right. Yeah. Well, they rent out space.
For Aces and Eights.
For Aces and Eights. Yeah. Their money is just as green.
Oh, hey, real quick, I just thought of this. What do you think of that 6-person tag with the Brits versus Gail Kim and Jesse and Tara?
That was good.
Yeah.
Up until when Party Marty killed himself,
splashed his face against the concrete.
Yeah, that was all 100% Jesse's fault.
Yeah.
He should have been.
He dodged.
Well, no, it's not that he dodged. Like, and trust me, I looked at this like 17 times. Jesse had his hands on the apron. He was standing at the apron instead of standing back a couple of feet, getting ready to, he could have been selling like, oh man, but selling away from the apron. No, the way he decided to sell being groggy was propping himself up on the apron.
Yeah.
And that put him clearly out of position because once, Party Marty, which is a stupid name by the way, once Party Marty started running towards him, he was like, oh shit, we're gonna do this spot. Oh, let me back up. And by that time, he was already in the air and Jesse just had his hands up. It's like, oh, sorry bro. And then this guy just went flying face first into the concrete, and of all the places to have the crazy ass looking, oh wow, I don't really want to fuck up because of this railing, like the railing from hell, from wrestling hell.
It's like Mad Max style, man.
Yeah, of all the times to have that railing, and all the times to fuck up, you'd have that railing out there. So, because his back and legs went right into that. Where it was coming out.
That last view of his face hitting the ground.
Oh yeah, his face hit the ground.
That was sick.
Oh man, I tried to check up on him. I went looking for Party Marty on Twitter after that to see, is this dude okay? Was he concussed? Is he dead? What's wrong with this guy? Because if I just witnessed a death,
we gotta talk about it on our show.
Yeah, I want to be aware. Like, Owen Hart? Oh yeah, he's fine. He's just retired.
Oh.
That's what I was trying to avoid. So I went and I looked up.
You're an asshole.
I know. I went and I love the Hearts, by the way. Yeah. I went and looked up and he claims on his Twitter that he's fine. That he's okay.
He says that from a hospital bed.
Well, he says that he's had a flu the last week.
Yeah.
So but I mean,
a symptom of the flu is your face is like caved in on the side from the concrete.
Yeah. But, I mean, timetable wise, it's possible that he has a flu now because, that whole face injury thing happened was it 3 weeks ago when they did the recording for that? So, I mean, I guess that could be considered
the next day or so if you asked him, I'm sure he said, leave me the hell alone.
Yeah. I think there was a few days there where he had Twitter silence, but, he's okay, so
That's good.
Good.
Hey, real quick, speaking of that, the British boot camp thing, with all these new recruits they're getting. Did you see that today? They said they're going to do another boot camp. I guess they're going to go to different countries. The next one's going to be in Australia.
That's cool.
They're going to have an Australian boot camp. So I guess they're going to pick a new superstar, new TNA roster from them. So
I guess they could hit Canada, Mexico, Japan.
And then in the finale, have a World Cup.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That'd actually be not a bad idea. That would put the new guy over,
Yeah.
If they can beat all these other guys.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Book it.
Call TNA. Tell them to book it.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
I think listen to me.
Did they ever figure out who's going to be the challenger for Hardy?
Who?
The challenger for Hardy's title. Did they ever figure out who's going to be the number one contender? I know they kept talking about it, but
no, because at the end of the show, Hogan came out.
Yeah.
And then Aces and Eights came out.
Uh-huh.
He was about to announce who the
number one contender was.
And that's when Aces and Eights because
so we never found out.
Because Taz was saying, see, Aces and Eights said
they never got the opportunity.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. Yeah. So we didn't find out.
No.
Okay, good. I wanted to make sure that that wasn't me just missing something.
All I remember that they said they're going to announce for next week is a 4-way knockouts title match.
Yes, please. That is very welcomed, especially with those 4 knockouts. Gail Kim, Tara, they're going to be working as the heels versus Miss Tessmacher and Velvet Sky. Yeah. I think that's going to be great.
Speaking of Brooke Tessmacher, we actually got to see her over the weekend.
Yes, we did. We got to see her at the old XWA show. Yeah. So we got to see Miss Tessmacher and Robbie E. They both worked a match there, and it was pretty good. It was nice seeing them there. They did a pretty good job and put on a pretty good show. So that was awesome. We got a chance to talk to them, chat with them a little bit, and got a couple of autographs. Yeah. So it was great. And hey, Tess, Robbie, if you happen to be listening, we gave them our cards. Yeah. Thanks for just being cool people. Yeah, they're really nice to meet.
Yeah, they're really super nice. Yeah, and so, they're from Houston area, so we're gonna.
Well, Tess is from Houston area, but Robbie just recently moved, so yeah,
to Houston.
To Houston. Yeah, I mean, he may not be a native, but he got here as fast as he could. So. Yeah. But yeah, that was really nice seeing those two guys in the ring in action, and we also had something else happen at the XWA show, the very first inaugural XWA show. They crowned a champion, and it's Adrian Cristiano. Yes, he had a pretty good match there for the main event against Thunderjet. Yeah.
So, two really good, I guess we would say lucha stars, or lucha wrestlers.
Well, I don't know if I'd classify Cristiano as a lucha wrestler.
Thunderjet,
he has those elements. He definitely has those elements, but I think he's more of a U.S. style. But Thunderjet, no, he seems more like a lucha style, and he was pretty good. Yeah. I never knew him before this show. Yeah. So it was nice being introduced to a new guy,
But there was the Extreme Wrestling Alliance, the Armed and Dangerous show they put on. Yeah. It was pretty good. It had some entertaining moments in there, Yeah. So, good job to, Scott Bruce for putting on a show.
Yeah, there you go. Now, that was a indie show that we went to last week. Yeah. And we interviewed Scott Bruce last week. Mm-hmm. But this week, we have another indie star here that we can interview. We have Tex Lonestar here, and we also have Dirty Sanchez here.
What are the names again?
Tex Lonestar and Dirty Sanchez. From
Doom. Well, just by the names alone, this should be
great.
This will be a very entertaining interview.
All right, and they're here, so let's go ahead and just set up so we can bring them on in here to our exclusive state-of-the-art studio here with the Audiotron 5000. Yeah. So let's get this started up. Here we go. All right, everyone, we're here with none other than Tex Lonestar, and hey, he brought along his buddy here, Dirty Sanchez.
Hey! That's right, folks. Tex Lonestar from DOOMSDAY Wrestling saying a big hello to all y'all out in TV land.
Should I tell him it's not TV?
No.
TV line. Yeah. Yes.
All right, just be sure and tell me what channel this is going to come on later.
You'll be on channel 39 right after Paul Bosch's show.
Oh my gosh!
So, yes.
39 Gold. Hey, let's do a little quick plug for 39 Gold. That's the best TV of Houston right there.
There it is.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yes. Right. Well, thanks for coming on the show. Welcome.
Right.
Welcome,
Thank
guys.
you. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for letting us into your house.
Yes.
Oh, it's our pleasure, yes.
Did you make sure you locked everything and secured all the valuables?
Of course.
That thing you're thinking of, it was missing when I showed up.
Oh boy.
I'll be right back.
All right. That being said, this guy, Dirty here, he kind of looks like my Theo, man. What do you?
Well, I don't want to say anything, but I see.
That's just me, but I do not have an alibi. You might be part of the family.
At this point in time, I want to say that Dirty Sanchez does not represent any part of the Hispanic community anywhere. Just to get that clear to everybody. He's one man, folks.
He roams around, or
he doesn't. He's been involved with Doomsday Wrestling for some time now, as long as I can remember. But I'm not really sure if he really works here, to be honest, to this day. So
I thought that at first you were questioning my authenticity.
Oh no, you're 100% authentic.
I am the real thing. I am as real as Taco Bell.
Oh my gosh, yes.
He's definitely authentic. I could smell it. So there we go. Anyway, you mentioned Doomsday, Tex.
Doomsday Wrestling. That's right.
That's what we're here to talk about. Here, upcoming soon on March the 2nd at 8 p.m. at Numbers Nightclub. We're going to have the next Doomsday show, and it's called Textravaganza.
That's right. Saturday, March 2nd at Numbers Nightclub, right on Westheimer, 300 Westheimer at 8 p.m. Textravaganza. Folks, a lot of you don't know this, but that is Texas Independence Day, and that's a very near and dear holiday to my heart.
It's a very special day for you, Texas Independence Day.
Oh, very, very, very. That's when Texas won its independence from Croatia all those years ago.
Oh, so close but so far away, Tex. See, is when the independence was taken away from Mexico. You'll remember the Alamo, I'm sure, Tex.
I sure do. But, woo,
I remember the Alamo too. Who won?
And folks, it's March 2nd, Saturday, Textravaganza. It's going to be a great show. Come on down to Numbers to celebrate Texas Independence Day with us. You won't be sorry. Violence has never been this funny. Doomsday Wrestling.
You know what? I can't really wait until then, and I think that's going to be a great way to celebrate Texas Independence Day. Let's go ahead and get to the card. Tex, what do you think we're going to be able to see here? What would be the first thing that you would say would be an awesome match?
Well, we're going to have 8 pulse-pounding, action-packed matches. I'll give you a little preview of a few here. First up, we're going to have Kid Zebra. He is, I think he might be about 96 years old. He's going up against the original son of a bitch, the meanest man in all of Doomsday Wrestling, as well as professional wrestling in general. The original son of a bitch is so mean, so cruel. It's rumored that he once punched out a Walmart greeter. I mean, he is just that low, that man. He'll be taking on Kid Zebra. It's going to be age and experience versus pure viciousness.
All right, that sounds pretty crazy.
You pay money to see that, right?
Yeah, I would definitely pay money to see that. Yeah. Although I've seen it for free a couple of times when I've taken Travis to Walmart. He's beaten up a couple of Walmart greeters himself, haven't you?
Just once.
Just once?
Yeah.
Well, hey, you and Original Son of a Bitch might want to form a bit of a tag team there.
It's called the Sons of Bitches.
Oh, so there you go.
Yes, that's how you make a tag team name. You just make it plural.
Yes, yeah.
Or you could be the Original Son of a Bitch and the Redheaded Bastard. I mean, it could be.
I like that.
Things. Anyway, I have nothing against people with red hair.
Thank you.
I do.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I knew I liked this guy.
Mm-hmm.
That was the reason why I liked him. Yeah. It's like
I think I'm going to call you Matchstick.
Matchstick?
He's all red on top. And I want to set him on fire.
Well, sometimes there's a burning sensation, but yeah,
Wait,
you know
what?
what? Let's move on.
You must have been to Oaxaca to one of my brothels.
Okay.
Let's not talk about the brothels anymore. Speaking of brothels, we have another match that's going to be on there. We're going to have the Fabulous Bunny Boys.
The Fabulous Bunny Boys. They're a tag team sensation, newcomers to Doomsday Wrestling. Mr. Hoppity and Mr. Hippity, folks. These men, don't let the pink rabbit tails fool you. These men can get it done in the ring. Masters of tag team offense.
They are pink and they are fluffy and they are diabolical.
What were their names again?
Mr. Hoppity and Mr. Hippity.
Okay.
And they'll be taking on the Society of Distinguished Gentlemen. That's a team made up of dashing Nigel Assington and Sir Leopold Lipstash. They're just the most refined, the most debonair gentlemen you've ever seen, and the perfect place for them is a Doomsday Wrestling ring. You can bet that every match will start off and end with a handshake. And there's nothing more exciting than handshakes in professional wrestling.
That's
right?
true.
Yeah.
All the best.
Let's shake hands right now.
Okay, there we go.
Look at there.
See?
Shaking hands.
Yes.
Okay, we can shake
Okay.
hands too.
That will.
This is going to
For
look
television.
okay, great on
This
This
is
is
all
for
gonna shake
this is
hands.
for television, yes.
Yes.
We're live, right? This
Yes.
is live?
This is
Yes,
live.
it is live.
On,
Oh my
on Channel
gosh.
39.
Okay, I'll
Yes.
watch my potty mouth.
Yes.
Okay.
Is this on or before or after the Solid Gold Dancers? Channel
That's
39.
that's after.
Yes.
Oh,
Really dating yourself there, Dirty Sanchez.
Well, speaking of Golden Dancers, we have the Hot Flash. I believe she's going to be in action, isn't she?
That's right. The menopausal maiden Hot Flash will be taking on none other than the millionaire extraordinaire, Fortune 500. This man, he owned Doomsday Wrestling for a brief time. He bought it lock, stock, and barrel. He could buy and sell all of us 20 times over, folks. This man, money talks. Let me just say that. But he'll be facing pure, unadulterated menopause. Hot Flash. She may not be able to give birth anymore, folks, but she can give birth to victories in the ring. I've seen it.
That's the best kind of birth you could have sometimes.
Hey, that's the only kind of birth.
Spoke like a true Mark, Abel.
Why is that a mark? I'm saying when babies are born, it's good.
Yeah.
But especially when they're victory and you get money, right, Dirty Sanchez?
babies are born.
Every day.
Profit is made.
That's right.
See,
Let's hear it for
another
babies.
illegal
Yes,
adoption.
babies. Woo.
Are there any babies in the audience tonight? Is the studio audience behind one of these doors? Are there any?
It's just kind of dark in here, so you can't really see.
okay.
Yeah, you can't see it. Yeah.
This is like a blue screen we're in front
Yeah.
of. We're gonna-
Yes, the blue screen. We're gonna.
Okay. Like a Star Wars environment will be behind us later,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Straight from George Lucas himself.
Great,
There you go. All right. I don't have a segue for this one, so let's just get on into it. We are going to have championship match.
That's right. We always have a championship match, folks. Let me tell you, in Doomsday Wrestling, nothing, I repeat, nothing is more important than the Doomsday Wrestling World Heavyweight Championship. It's the standard bearer. That title dates all the way back to 1836 when Sam Houston, the great pioneer and statesman of Texas, won it and became the inaugural champion. It has carried on. The lineage has carried on all the way from 1836 till now. And it is now around the gorgeous waist of Little Dickens. Little Dickens will be facing the original KG Beast, the man known as the Russian Bear. Recently unthawed from 1984, this man beast of destruction, this communist terror, will be taking on Little Dickens for all the marbles for the Doomsday Wrestling World Heavyweight Championship.
That sounds intense.
It's all about the title. I'm
Yes.
very intense right now.
Yeah.
I'm sweating. Sweating profusely.
Is that because you said that he has a beautiful waist?
I didn't say that.
You didn't? Okay.
Do you have that in writing? Do you have proof I said that?
No, we don't have any proof at all.
Okay. Well, then just okay. No, I
No
didn't say
recording device at all.
that. I didn't say that, and I've never met you. In fact,
I don't even know who this guy is. Why are we here? What is going on?
Man, I'm just along for the ride, man. You're the one that brought us here, so.
Well, if he is had enough to eat, though, he will have a beautiful waist. It's kind of...
hey, any waist where just 50 pounds of Doomsday Wrestling World Heavyweight Championship gold sits on becomes a beautiful waist. Because once again, nothing, I repeat, nothing is more important than the Doomsday Wrestling World Heavyweight Championship title.
So is that going to be the main event then?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope, it's not.
But
It's
you just
not.
but you just said it was the most important.
It's important, but there are some things more important than titles.
Like what?
Like Texas Pride. Let me tell you about our main event.
It's important,
That's right. It's going to be
most
a
important.
Tex-Mex challenge, folks. For the first time ever, we're having a Tex-Mex challenge. It is Texas Independence Day. My daughter, the 15-year-old Charlene Lonestar, the Texas Mockingbird herself, will be taking on the Mexican sensation, El Baño, in a Tex-Mex challenge match. And we're going to determine once and for all. What we're going to determine, it's just going to be a great match. That's all I can say. I mean, we're going to be determining a lot of things, but
We will determine just how fun it is to watch a Mexican with a toilet fight a hot young woman.
That's right.
It's pretty sexy.
You stay the hell away from my daughter.
You usually have to pay extra for that when you go to Tijuana.
Oh, you do. That's why I like watching his daughter for free. He's
this
you
interview
know how to
is,
make a good-looking little.
This
dog.
interview has gone off the rails already. I want to apologize to all our
Does
viewers.
El Baño have a special finisher move?
He dunks your head in a toilet.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's pretty devastating
it's
back
pretty
in middle school. I
devastating.
I
remember
would
that.
I would.
I've never seen anyone get up from that. I've never seen
Yeah.
anyone get up from that, having your head dunked in a toilet.
It probably brings back a lot of bad memories for your Tex, seeing heads dunked into the toilet.
You mean like in middle school?
Oh, yes, in the middle school and the high school and maybe in college. And
I didn't go to college.
space camp.
Yeah,
Maybe
well,
at computer program.
I've had my head dunked in a toilet before. Thank you, Dirty Sanchez. If we could change the subject,
Oh,
that'd
okay.
be great.
Let's do that. Let's change the subject.
Or we could talk about it more.
Well, we're gonna.
It's your show.
We're gonna circle back around to this match.
So we'll
at the
talk
beginning.
about toilet dunking later on.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
We definitely have to follow up with that one. Yeah.
What is a Tex-Mex challenge match?
Well, a Tex-Mex challenge, where you basically have someone from Texas going up against somebody from Mexico. But just to make it more interesting, salsa is legal in the match, but not the spicy kind, just the mild kind. You know, I don't want to make it too extreme.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a family show, right?
Yeah, it's a family show. Come, bring the kids, bring your dog if you want. It's a family show, all ages.
So, Abel, no, to answer your question, the Tex-Mex challenge isn't who can eat the most from Taco Bell.
Damn,
Yeah.
I knew I was gonna win that.
Well,
We can
You're
have
disqualified.
we can have like maybe like an opener for that match with you and maybe you.
He's pointed to Sanchez.
wait, between me and these two guys, I'm
Yeah.
losing for sure.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it's kind
See,
of
you
racist,
won't-
but
You won't lose until like 6 to 8 hours after.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Well, then we all lose.
Yeah.
that's right. Taco Bell. Hey, let's do a commercial. Let's do a plug for Taco Bell. Taco Bell, folks. What's their do they have a catchphrase nowadays?
Live mas.
Live Mas.
Live Mas.
So you know know the slogan off the top of your head.
See.
Live Mas, Taco Bell. I like to throw
He's
in-
authentic. He's authentic, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh yeah, I like to throw in little commercials and ads there, hoping that maybe one day we'll get sponsorship. You know.
Yes. Yeah.
Taco
right.
Bell, if it has not killed you, go back for more.
That's right. There you go.
Go back to the border where you belong, you hungry bastard.
And you're gonna send this a tape of the show to the executives at Taco Bell, right?
Yes.
We
I
are now,
definitely
yeah.
will.
Okay, good.
This-
There could be some money to be made here.
Yeah, definitely. And that's what we're all about here. The money. So, speaking of the money, it sounds like that this show is going to be a really, really good show. I'm really excited. Yeah, I'm really excited to see it. I'm definitely going to be there. But let me ask you something. We see Doomsday shows only come around every, I don't know, a few months or so. When's the next show going to be after this show?
Our next appearance will be at Comic Palooza 2013. That's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, May 24th through 26th at the George R. Brown Convention Center. We're one of the marquee events there, along with the Texas Roller Derby, the Houston Roller Derby. All sorts of things going on there. One year we did Comic Palooza and Edward James Olmos from what show is he from?
That show where
Battlestar
guy
Galactica?
from the teaches everybody about calculus.
Oh, he was
Yes.
Bobby Deliver. Yeah, well, he was a stunt deliver, but he was also on
you remember that?
on the cable show Battlestar Galactica. And get this, he watched us. He watched us for a whole minute. And he grinned. And then after the match was over, he nodded his head and he walked away. Now, I think
that's validation. For
that's
you, I think.
validation, and I can say that right now that that Doomsday Wrestling is known. One of my favorite slogans is Doomsday Wrestling, the preferred comedy wrestling show of Edward James Olmos. You have his approval, folks.
I like it. That's a good slogan right there.
good.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
T-shirt.
Well, we tried to make T-shirts, but we got like a letter in the mail saying we couldn't
Yeah.
do that. So,
Yeah.
His lawyers
Yeah.
got involved. Yeah.
yeah.
Lawyers.
I can't talk about it.
Oh, okay.
He probably told the Cylons all about it, and now they're also talking about the Doomsday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's talking about Doomsday. Ask me another question about Doomsday.
Is it great?
Of course.
It's delicioso.
It's just, oh my gosh, it's just wonderful.
Good. Okay, that was a good question to just throw in there, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was wonderful.
It was great.
Wonderful job.
Watching
Thank
one
you.
night of Doomsday is like taking 2 or 3 Viagra. It will
Oh, it'll never wear off.
will do things.
It never wears off. It takes days to go down.
And you don't have to ask your doctor after 4 hours. You know,
Nah.
you'll be okay.
Nah.
It's all natural.
That's right. Everything in Doomsday is all natural.
Yes, it will not go down for a long time, and it will leave your wife saying, "I'm tired."
That's right. And there's lots of tired wives in that audience. Let me just put it that way, folks. Lots of tired wives and girlfriends. They're fed up.
All right. Well, let me ask you a little bit more of a serious question here.
Okay.
What do you think the place is for comedy wrestling in the wrestling industry in general in this day and age?
Well, I say the word comedy with quotation marks from time to time. And to be honest, I've yet to learn what that word means. I'm not even aware of that word. I don't even know if it's a real word. A lot of people have labeled our show as a comedy show, but I'll say, folks, it's very serious. I mean, I think it's the peak of athleticism. I think it's better than the Olympics. I think it's the most reputable sport, the only clean sport left out there, other than monster truck rallies. Doomsday Wrestling, its place in the world of professional wrestling, I think it pretty much is the world of professional wrestling. I mean, there's a lot of naysayers saying that we disrespect the business, that we disrespect the product, or we disrespect the sport. And I gotta say, I've seen a few of their shows, and I think their shows are less respectful than ours. So, Doomsday Wrestling, hey, another of our catchphrases is Doomsday Wrestling. We don't mean any disrespect. And I'll leave it at that.
Awesome. That sounds great, man. Tell you what, let's go ahead and try to wrap this up a little bit. I do want some of our listeners to be able to find you on the internet.
Are we going to take callers now?
No. We'll save that for the next interview.
Okay,
we'll do that at the next interview.
Well, if anybody calls, let me know, and I'll try to get their phone number, because Dirty Sanchez, he's single now.
If any of the ladies should call, ask them if their boobies are floppy. And if they do, then I want you to give them my personal cell number and perhaps my fax number so they can send a photograph.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll definitely do that for you, man. I will. Hey, the sexy ghost isn't here today, right?
Not yet.
Okay, good. All right. Yeah, we'll definitely do that for you. Good. All right.
Sexy ghost.
Sexy ghost, huh?
Sounds like we're talking about Comic Palooza again. I think I remember some costumes like that last year. There's a lot of costumes.
Well, speaking of ghost, I can guarantee that the ghost of Sam Houston, Davy Crockett, William Barrett Travis, Jim Bowie, Buddy Holly, and Patrick Swayze will all be in attendance Saturday, March 2nd at Doomsday Wrestling Textravaganza. I guarantee you they will be there.
You guarantee it?
I guarantee it.
There is also a chance that the ghost of Generalissimo Santa Ana will be there. But Sam Houston will wait until he's taking a nap, and then he will kill him.
Olé!
All right, calm down, y'all two.
All right. So
we will get our revenge.
This newfangled contraption called the internet. Do you guys have a website that the fine people can go to?
Yes, we do. DoomsdayWrestling.com. Doesn't get much simpler than that. DoomsdayWrestling.com. That's DOOMSDAY. I'm going to start over now because you spoke.
Oh, damn.
I think you are simpler than the website.
DOOMSDAY.
Is he going to spell
Wrestling.com.
Okay, he didn't spell wrestling. Okay, good.
I don't know how to spell wrestling.
Okay. Do you know how to spell com?
Com? Are you coming on to me?
Maybe.
I get that all the time.
That's a nice suit.
.com. Thank you.
Just punch him in the face.
Keep your .com off my suit.
That's not the first time I heard that. All right.
Takes you back to middle school again.
It was such a strange and confusing time.
Every interview that I bring Sanchez along to ends this way, folks.
Every time. Wow.
Every time we're involved in any media outing. Every year I do the State of Professional Wrestling address from my living room. And he's always present.
Of your efficiency apartment?
Yeah, my efficiency apartment. And he's always present, and he always derails it, and it ends up like this. I want to apologize to all the viewers watching at home on our favorite Channel 39 Gold. We love you out there. We love you.
The camera's that way.
Oh, okay.
You're turn around.
Stay tuned after this show. What's after this show? Is there what's on?
I think Solid Gold Dancers.
Solid Gold is on after this show, and then I think Barney Miller's on after that. I don't know if any
we can only
kids remember Barney Miller,
or maybe Fish.
Fish,
the spin-off from Barney Miller.
Oh, I thought you meant that lame
about the old
band that tours around. That people follow.
What the hell are they talking about?
Just let it go, man. Let it go.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. We're back to.
I try to be respectful, Tex, but I can only give for so long.
Okay.
I can only do so much. I am not a miracle worker.
Well, I got to take what I can get, I guess.
Okay.
You will take it. like a little woman.
Save that for later after you leave. we already cleaned up in here.
We have to take the bus home together later tonight.
All right. So you have a website. That's good.
right.
Are you guys into social media? Do you have a
Oh my
Facebook?
gosh, we're constantly on Facebook and Twitter. Me and
Oh,
this
I
guy-
love social media. I'm all over Adult Friend Finder.
Yeah.
I have 40 accounts.
I don't know what that is, but yes, we have a Facebook account. Just go to Facebook and search Doomsday Wrestling. Would you like me to spell that for you again?
No, we got it.
Okay,
It's
you
the
got
same
it.
way as the other one.
It's
right?
the exact same way.
Okay, it's the
exact
same way.
same way. I thought about changing it just to just to mix things up, but no, well, I kept it
Yeah,
the same.
continuity.
That's right.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Keep things,
What about the Twitter machine?
Twitter machine is actually Doomsday Houston, but if you search Doomsday Wrestling under Twitter, I think it'll pop up. But Doomsday Houston at Doomsday Wrestling Twitter.
Awesome. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you'd like to add before we go ahead and just wrap it on up?
Well, I'll say that be sure and come out, folks. I'm begging you. I don't have much going for me. I have debt. I have lots of debt. I have medical bills to pay. They're about to foreclose on my home. Please come out Saturday, March 2nd.
They're going to foreclose
To
on his
numbers.
efficiency apartment?
To numbers, folks.
complicated.
Doomsday Wrestling. We're going to bring you Textravaganza on Texas Independence Day. Come out and celebrate with us, folks. Violence has never been this funny. Anything you want to add, Dirty Sanchez?
Ladies, please also come and bring all of your girlfriends. And make sure to have a few beers before the show. 1 or 20 beers before the show starts. And I will be waiting for you behind the dumpster.
Yeah.
You know where.
The usual spot. See, it's been in our family for ages.
The sweet spot.
Yes.
All right, y'all two. Jeez.
Yeah, you don't want to know about the little family lineage we got going on over here, Anyway, okay.
We have things.
This
We have a past.
Yes. All right, that's it, guys. Thanks so much for coming on the
thank
show.
you
Thank
so
you,
much.
yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's
Gracias.
awesome. I will definitely be there with bells on,
Oh, I appreciate it.
figuratively.
Oh, okay,
not
yeah.
literally.
If you actually wear bells, I can probably knock $2 off the ticket price, maybe if you actually wear bells. I mean, and I mean bells. I don't mean one bell. I mean at least two.
Multiple.
Yeah.
Plural. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we'll see about that. So, will that go for anybody that wears bells, or is that just me?
Nah, just you.
Just me. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
just you.
I'll make sure he's wearing bells.
Yeah, make sure you're wearing bells. Okay.
All right, guys. Let's get on out of here. This was great.
Yeah, I think our bus is about to pull up here.
Okay. Well, wave bye to the camera, everybody.
All right. Thank you all. Hey, good night. Good night. I love you all.
Hey, buenas tardes.
See you in the ring.
Oh man,
That was crazy.
that was a crazy interview.
That was bananas.
Yeah, that was awesome. I'm glad we were able to have those guys on here, and I'm really excited for the show. As if I wasn't excited enough already to go to this show at Doomsday. Like, this has made me even more freaking excited.
Yeah,
You
no
know,
kidding.
they're just goofy, man, and they do it all with a straight face, and it's freaking awesome. Like,
It was hard to
Oh,
get to
man.
that interview without. Well, we did. We couldn't get to that interview without laughing.
oh yeah, that whole time I was just kind of sitting back, trying to not make a sound, but just holding in my laugh and just laughing on the
we
inside
felt on
really
that part.
hard.
We felt on that part because.
Oh,
yeah, you could hear us laughing.
Oh yeah, we definitely laughed a little bit here and there, but like some of the bigger laughs, like I was trying not to just like, and just like.
But those guys are great though, and
Yeah.
definitely everybody needs to go to their show on March 2nd.
March 2nd.
At Numbers. So I'm looking forward to doing it. Going
Yeah,
there, so.
me too. It's going to be some awesome stuff. Let's get into a little bit more indies. We mentioned XWA before we went into the Doomsday talk. Let's talk about another show that's going to be coming up here pretty soon for ROW.
Mm-hmm.
You know, our first love, if you want to call it like that. That's coming up on March the 9th. And the bell time there is going to be 7:30, and it's at the Clear Lake Sports and Recreation Center, as always.
Mm-hmm.
So, going to be awesome, you know, seeing that show. And we've kind of been noticing, you know, now that we're kind of starting to get a little bit more involved in the Houston indie scene, which I've always known that it's there, but I haven't been as actively involved before we've done this podcast. Like, you know, 3, 4, 5 months ago, before we started doing this, I knew that there was all this stuff going on, but I didn't always go to a lot of them or even start talking to some of the people that I could have through connections through ROW. But we're definitely getting better about that. And just in this past month alone, like, all of a sudden it just started blowing up with all the indie stuff around here where we're just interacting and connecting more with that. So we have a couple of other shows that are coming up here in the Houston area. One of which was NWA Houston. That's coming up on March the 15th. And that's a Friday. And it's going to be at 7:30.
Yeah.
And
isn't it over in Cyprus?
Yeah, it's over in Cyprus, over in that area. So it's a little out of the ways, especially for a Friday for us. But from what I hear, they still have a pretty awesome show. And
I would like to go to this. Man, this Fridays over in Cyprus. It's hard to make that time slot.
Yeah.
For us over here.
For us.
Yeah.
But
if you're in that area, you should definitely go check it out.
And if you're in that area and you check it out, dude, send us a report. Tell us what's going on.
Take some pictures on your phone and send them to us. We'll post them.
And we'll definitely, talk about it. And,
same thing for any shows, any shows y'all go to.
Yeah, and if you're someone from NWA Houston and, you want to contact us, talk to us about, what's going on in your show
we'll
or
have you
whatever.
on,
Yeah, we'll talk to you, man. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
So that's one. And then the other show that's coming around, Texas All-Star Wrestling. Mm-hmm. I remember that name from a kid. Yeah. Like, Texas All-Star Wrestling has been around for a long time. And I've just never been to one. And I've known that I know, shame on me. I know that they've historically have been around other parts of Houston. I mean, Houston. I meant Texas. Yes. They've been around other parts of Texas. But it seems as though now they're kind of based out of Humble.
Yeah.
And they are going to have their next show, and since it's in Humble, guess what they're calling it?
What are they calling it?
They're calling it the Humble Rumble.
Oh, these guys.
I like that. That's very, very punny. Punny indeed. And that is going to be on March the 30th. So it looks like we got a lot of pretty good indie wrestling here around town coming up in March. So that's going to be awesome. The start time for that's going to be at 7, and that's at someplace in Humble. Check it out online, Texas All-Star Wrestling. You find them on Facebook. Do Facebook search for Texas All-Star Wrestling. There you go. I know, I'm horrible. Nobody ever said we're professionals, right?
I think everybody says we're not professionals.
I know. Okay, so again, same thing goes for you guys. With Texas All-Star Wrestling, like I said, I haven't been there, but I know it's been around ever since I was a kid, whatever. We'll try to make those shows as well as, the same way we will with NWA Houston. I mean, you can't make any guarantees because life is life and life gets in the way. But if you're from Texas All-Star Wrestling, give us a shout.
Yeah. And for listeners that are fans of ROW, check out Texas All-Star Wrestling. They have a lot of the same wrestlers that perform at Reality Wrestling. They go to the Texas All-Star Wrestling also.
Yeah, there's a couple of them that work both of those shows, so that's pretty cool. And that's one thing I have noticed a lot about the indie scene around here. There's a lot of crossover with some stars that go to other different indie promotions around town. So that's really cool, being able to see some of your favorite performers.
We just saw it at XWA.
Yeah.
With the Bulkster.
The Bulkster, yeah.
Yeah, Bulkster was there.
Made a return. Yeah. That was great, seeing the Bulkster and being in that gimmick again.
Yeah, there was, and his opponent, Killer Cash, there's something familiar about their match. Yes. It's like I've seen it before somewhere.
Yes, they reenacted WrestleMania 3.
Yeah, the fake finish and everything. And
yeah. They had the... Killer Cash was dressed up as, Andre.
Yeah.
And, Bulkster, of course, is, Bulkster, so he's dressed up like Hulk. So, I mean, I would like to think that was pretty on purpose. And that was kind of like, a joke. Oh, hey, look, they're redoing the thing. But, I don't know. Maybe Cash wasn't doing that as a joke. Maybe that's how Cash always looks. I don't know. But either way, man, there's some good guys out there. And, they travel around, do different shows. And it's great sometimes seeing the way a performer performs in one show, maybe works as a heel, and then in another show, he'll maybe work as a face. So you kind of get to see different facets of their work, And
these are good guys, too. Since we've been doing the show, we've been starting to talk more to these guys. And they're just really down-to-earth good guys.
Yeah.
So...
of course, this is Texas.
Yeah.
This is God's country. The promised land.
Slow down there, Tex. But no, it's go support the local indie scene.
I'm not Tex. We just had Tex.
Let's wrap this thing up.
Okay, whatever. So that's that. As far as interviews go, man, we had a series of interviews here for the last month. I mean, we started off with Rockstar Robbie, then Scott Bruce. Now we had, today, Tex and Dirty. And next week, it is the return of Max from Wrestling with Subtitles. I really would have liked to try to, the way the timing worked out on it, I wanted to interview him a couple of weeks back, and it would have been cool because that's when he had first gotten the response, from TNA saying that TNA is going to close caption all their DVDs. So that would have been really awesome to talk to him right then.
Well, we still talking about it.
Yeah, but we should still talk to him about it, next week. That's fine.
Right, yeah.
And I'm sure he's got other stuff going on, other exciting, interesting things going on with Wrestling with Subtitles. And I can't wait to talk to this guy and get a follow-up interview and see how everything's been going since he's, finished the petition, closed down the petition, and heard from TNA and what else is going on with sending out the petition to, I guess now, WWE and ROH. I guess he doesn't really need someone to TNA now. I don't know. But, yeah, it's awesome. There's some great things going on with him, and it's a really great cause and worthy cause. So check him out on Facebook, Wrestling with Subtitles, and his Twitter handle is @WrestleSubtitle, and you can hear him on next week's show. At HoustonWrestlingRadio.com.
Yes.
That's us.
Yeah.
Right.
What is that again?
HoustonWrestlingRadio.com.
Oh, okay. Do we have a Facebook page?
Yes, we do. We do have a Facebook page. You go to Facebook and you go up in the little search, Doohickey, and you type in, yes, search Doohickey. That's a technical term. And,
Down here in Texas.
That's right. You type in, Houston Wrestling Radio.
And don't forget to hit the like button.
Yes. Trav does some really cool things on there, with the,
oh, stop.
Yeah, you do.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, you put up, every Tuesday, you have a different old school...
You flatter me, sir.
different old school Titantron video. And, every Thursday, you just come up with some old school clip that you just post on there.
It's a random old school clip that I like to just, something...
Throwback Thursday.
Yep, Throwback Thursdays, yeah.
So, there's always some nice things going on there. So if you're one of the Twitter heads that, just listens to me rant on Twitter and you want to hear a more level-headed voice, go to the Facebook and Charles will be the one.
Well, now you're just lying to him.
Manning that up.
Level-headed. Come on now.
Yeah, you're a ginger. There's no way you're level-headed.
Level-headed for like a second.
Yeah.
When he gets off kilter again.
Alright, I guess that'll do it for this week's episode. Thank you so much for listening. We look forward to entertaining you again next week. Adios, my friends. Keep it classy.